Hello YouTubers, it's me again. I'm just gonna make a quick video, and this is entitled Easy Believism People or Crowd Know That They're Saved Forever. But before I begin, let's say a quick prayer. Thank for this day. Uh, thank for giving us your word. Thank for allowing us to understand what it says. Lord, I pray that you allow me to make this quick video and just never pray back. Okay, so once again, this is entitled Easy Believism Crowd Know That They're Saved Forever. The reason I make this video is because people like this, we believe that salvation is easy because Jesus Christ, He makes salvation easy. And this easy believism people know and understand free grace. They understand faith alone in Christ alone. They understand eternal security. They understand once saved, always saved, and they don't corrupt the gospel. They make salvation very simple and easy, just like Jesus Christ did. Because Jesus Christ said, "Come to me as a little child," just like a little child will come to Jesus Christ and receive the free gift of eternal life. And Jesus says over and over again in the book of John, chapter 3. To believe on Jesus Christ for eternal life. Believe on Jesus Christ, you get everlasting life as a free gift. These easy believism people understand this first, including me as well. And this is the type of people. This is the type of people that I prefer hanging out with because they don't make salvation very hard and complicated. But those that make salvation very complicated and hard is because they're not even saved themselves. They're trying to keep people confused. They're trying to keep people doubt their salvation and put a heavy burden upon people's shoulders. Why? It's because, like I said, they're not even saved, and they want to keep people lost and they want to keep people unsure if they're saved or not, so they could go straight to hell. But thank God that I'm not like these people that wanna corrupt the gospel, but add worse to the gospel, like these unsaved false prophets are. And the reason why they're doing that is because they've been brainwashed by these unsaved devils, and they're working for Satan. They're working for Satan to do his dirty work, to prevent people from going to heaven. And according to the Bible, Jesus said that people like that are trying to prevent people from entering heaven by showing the kingdom of heaven against man, which is so sad and tragic. But add worse to the gospel, just like the scribes and Pharisees did back in Jesus' day. And Jesus was able to expose them because of that. And you know what Jesus said to those people? He said, they are brood of vipers. And that's pretty sad and tragic. And that's exactly what these people are doing right here. These lordship salvationists and these unsaved people that preach hard believism. They don't preach easy believism. They don't make salvation easy and simple. They want to preach hard believism, but by putting a heavy burden upon people's shoulders and make salvation hard and difficult. So we should stay away from people like that, and only hang out with people that preach easy believism. Because easy believism is my favorite doctrine. It's biblical because Jesus taught it. Because otherwise, if we didn't, then nobody would be saved, and Jesus Christ would have died in vain, and we will have to work for our own salvation, which is impossible, because the Bible tells us that we are all sinners. Romans 3:23 says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." And our righteousness cannot get us into heaven. That's the reason why we need Jesus' righteousness. We need God's righteousness. And that's why Jesus Christ came down here to die on the cross for our sins. And the gospel is simply the good news of what Jesus did. How Jesus died on the cross for our sins and was buried once again according to the scriptures. According to 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 34. And that's the very good news. So once again, easy believism people understand and know that they're saved forever because they receive the free gift of eternal life by simply putting the trust in Jesus Christ alone for their salvation. And they know that Jesus Christ, his promises is very sure, and it is eternal. So, amen to that. That's all I had in close point. Thank God, thank for allowing me to preach this. Thank for allowing me to explain what your word says. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.